best to try. Good to have y'all. This is Fast Track Lesson 3, just in case we have some new folks that have come tonight for Lesson 3. We start a new group each week. A new Fast Track group starts on Monday. But if you didn't come Monday or Tuesday, you're welcome to be here. In fact, I think what we teach is so comprehensive, it sometimes takes a few go-throughs, not that you won't learn what you need to learn in a week to go on and be successful. But it bears repeating, and you know what they say, repetition is the mother of skill, and this stuff will start making sense. It'll be like suddenly I forgot one setup thing. It'll be like suddenly the light switch comes on. And when the light switch of Shibboleth comes on, you'll never want another program. And even if you do, you'll come back. Anybody experience that? There's no shame in that. There's a lot of enticing programs out there. How many of you have left and come back? There's just so many things out there that are mass marketed and shiny objects everywhere. But if you give Shibboleth a chance, there'll be a great contrast when you leave. You might find better technology and better interfaces and things like that, but there's just something different about Shibboleth. So sometimes people lose the weight and go away for a little while and try different things and almost always come back, and we're proud of that. We ain't upset because you leave. We get that there's a lot of pills, potions, and things out there. If I were in your shoes, I might try those things too. They promise quicker weight loss, but Shibboleth is the answer. It is the answer. And it's like a marriage. It's like a marriage. The marriages get tough sometimes. Anybody here got a tough marriage? You've had a tough marriage, but you worked it out. You just kept moving forward, That was your one. You go through the good times together. You go through the bad times together. You build trust. Yes. That's right. 46 years. Kathy, have you ever had an argument with your husband? Tamara, have you ever had an argument? Yep. Yeah. Some of y'all, looks like y'all served 2 and 3 life sentences with somebody. 20 years is a life sentence. Some of y'all spent well, that's what a lifestyle is. That's what an eating lifestyle is. Hear me out before we get into the categories tonight and the thermic effect food. That's what a lifestyle is. Sometimes you're excited about it, and sometimes you just do it. I really upset, hey, Kim Danke, I really upset a member one time from Dalton, sweet lady. She'd been a member. She loved one of my instructors, and him and her had a great rapport together. And thank you, Lisa. I agree. Him and her had a great rapport together. And when he left, she had to start working with me, and I wasn't necessarily her cup of tea. But I said, she had great success with the program. But I said one time, I said, ma'am, on those days that you feel like doing Shibboleth, this was the wrong thing to say to her. On the days that you feel like doing Shibboleth, that you really feel froggy. Do y'all know that saying? I know we got some people from up north here. Y'all know that saying, when you really feel froggy, when you feel froggy, jump. Y'all know what I mean? I said, when you really feel froggy, you really feel like doing it, and you do it, you actually have a perfect day, Shibboleth perfect day. That don't mean much. It's easy on them days. But what about them days you don't feel like that? So she was having a few too many holidays. I said, what about them days you don't feel like doing it? Them are the days that you don't feel like doing it and you do it anyway. Them are the days that count. And boy, that tore her up. She said, you saying all them days I had that was perfect days and I felt like doing it don't matter and that my effort was wasted? And I said, no, that's not what I'm saying. You made progress, but it was easy. Hard progress is where we grow. It's when we do this, even when we don't feel like doing it, and we wait on that passion to do it to come back. Because see, that way you're making progress. Here's what a lot of people do. They start their journey, right? It has a beginning point. Watch this. Can I do some geometry for you before we get into categories? I'm going to do some geometry for you, right? Do some geometry. So this is your starting point on the integer line, right? And we typically do this kind of deal right here. We do this. We go for a little while, then we stop. But instead of holding the line, kind of hanging on, so we've made progress. Let's say we're down 10 pounds. You felt like doing it and you didn't hear and you stopped, but instead of holding the line and maintaining, you reset. And then after a while, you look in the mirror and you go, gosh, I got to lose some weight. 2 or 3 months later, you start over. You start over again. You're feeling good. It's going good. This time you don't make it as long. You stop. And instead of holding the line, you go back. How many of you in your lifetime dieting, you've lost hundreds of pounds, but you've just put them all back on? Brother Charles, I pick on you a lot, but you're a man folk, so I can pick on you, and a friend. Brother Charles, how many pounds have you lost in the last 10 years? Tell them, Charles. One day you're gonna fix it. But Charles thinks he ain't good at losing weight. Shoot. About 500. That's about right. About 500. I'm not knocking you. I want them to hear, that's how good you are at it. The only missing ingredient for so many of us, Charles, is this right here. What we do with this point in time right here. This is what matters. What we do in this point in time on this line. But we do this. We start, we stop. Am I right? Am I telling the truth, anyone? We're always losing, always putting it back on. What if we changed our geometry? What if we changed it up? Kind of like salvation, right? Like God. Anybody recognize that geometry line? Let's say that represents God. Here's Travis. Travis meets the Lord. And then instead of Travis's line being like this, Travis's line is now like this. Somebody should shout. My name was in the book of life before I was ever born. I'm born. My name's in the book of life. I meet the Lord. Once I meet the Lord, my name's in the Lamb's book of life, right? But see, this is also how your eating lifestyle should work. You lived your life the way you lived it. You met Shibboleth. Then your line will look like this. That's the way your line will look if you're a true Shibbolethian. You do good, you ain't feeling it, but you stick to the principles of the program. There'll be times in your life that before you reach goal that you might take 12 holidays in a month. What does 12 holidays in a month mean as a summary? Means maintenance, don't it? Would it be okay instead of relapsing to just hold the line for a little while? Because you know the desire is going to come back. Going through a tough time in your life, don't stop journaling. Do the blue column. But whatever you do, hold that line. Sometimes you have to punt and not give up field position. Okay? That might be the only thing separating you from you go. Brother Charles, I'm picking on him bad tonight. I hope he don't get mad. He's usually a good sport. I don't just name names like that because I know how quickly people can get hurt or offended. But I don't think Brother Charles will. But you see, Brother Charles could already be 200 pounds. The only thing, nothing, he thinks he's a bad person, no discipline, no. The only difference between him and me is not even the number of these times. I've probably had more of those times. But instead of quitting my journal, instead of stopping doing what I do, I just held the line. I just kept on. I held on, motivation came back. I held on, motivation come back. So think about that. Think about it. In these terms. We'll get to the categories in a moment, but I really want you to hear this part. There are diets. Name some diets. Can y'all name some diets? Let's do that. We'll get to the categories. Name some diets. This is the problem. It's not the food. It's the behaviors and the thoughts. What are some diets that are out there? Keep on. Good, good, good. Good, beautiful, beautiful. We've tried them all, haven't we? Here's my question. Now, you might say keto, or you might say vegan, pescatarian, but listen, of all of those diets, which one of those diets is a true lifestyle that gives you a way of living and looking at food that does not exclude a macronutrient? A way of living your life as it relates to food that excludes nothing, that offers powerful weight loss and wellness, you can live with forever. No one that's reasonable and it has any real knowledge of it can say that it's bad for you. Doesn't exclude anything. Insulin control, hormone optimization, restaurants, family style, eat anything you want as long as you've got boundaries, right? You've got a lifestyle, and by the way, that's based upon the Bible. For example, you've got the Maker's Diet. Is that a lifestyle? Go read that book. I've read it. You've got the Daniel Fast. Is that a lifestyle? I still don't know what the Lord's doing with this program after 20 years. And it's not me bragging. At times I thought maybe I'm just not a good conveyor of the information and need to retire, because this lifestyle, there is nothing else like it on the planet. And I believe that God put his hand upon it. And it truly is a biblically based lifestyle that for the believer should mean something and get the believer excited, a way of living that might please God. Watch. Be thou perfect. That's where that comes from. We get a lot. Let me sow into you a little spirit tonight. I need a little spirit sown into me. Let me sow a little into you so that you know what this is not willy-nilly. You've got the perfect day. I got that word from the Bible. It said, be thou perfect. That means mature and vigilant, which I had not been with food. Being mature, hope everybody here listens to this. Being mature and vigilant means that we confront our problems. We do not avoid our problems. Does anybody here, you don't have to answer me. These are questions for you to answer in your head unless you want to answer them here. Is anybody showing a little immaturity as it relates to their problem? You're overweight and you're on multiple prescription medications and you're waiting on some help that's not coming. I want you at some point to go look in the mirror and you'll see your help there. That's where your help is tonight. It's in that reflection staring back at you in the mirror. Look to the hills from whence your help comes. Travis, my help is Jesus. Well, if you're looking for Jesus outside of you, you're not going to find him. Where does the Bible, I'm not trying to be ugly, where does the Bible tell you Jesus resides? In us. You are your help. You're your help. You have brothers and sisters around you that will travel with you. Some of them will work against you and not even support you. But you have people to help you. But inside of you, inside of our heart, is all the resourcefulness that we're going to need to fix this problem. But we have to confront the problem. We cannot keep our head in the sand about it. If we're overweight, it's because we want to be overweight. If I said anything else, and that sometimes gets said to be ugly too. If I said anything else, if I said you need help, you can't do this alone, I think you do need help. But if I said you don't have what it takes to lose it, don't worry about it, this is holding you back, that's holding you back, it's genetic, that's taking away your personal power. When I say if you're overweight, it's because you want to be, it's because I believe in you. I believe in you. I want you to believe in me. If I'm whining and crying and pouting about stuff, don't support me. Don't support me. Tell me to get up. Get up. The perfect day to be vigilant and mature and not have our head in the sands about these problems. And we can fix it if we have faith. Faith in the program, faith in ourselves. So we got that day. Then we have, what does the Bible say about be thou perfect? Does it say that we'll always be perfect? We'll never make a mistake? Or does it say mistakes are just part of the human condition? Mistakes are just part of it. I make them every day. I make some today. Has anybody made any mistakes today? If I get a tomorrow, will I have a chance to redeem that mistake? In fact, with God, I'll remember my mistakes of today. But did you know that God won't even remember my mistakes of today? So we have built in days of grace, right? We've got days of grace. I'm going to have to show myself some grace today. What about you? But if I'm given to tomorrow, then I can try to be thou perfect again. Now, the Bible teaches us that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. What does that mean? If I so much as lick the cheese dust off a Dorito, what kind of day is that? Is there any big sin or little sin in the Bible? Is there a big sin, little sin in the Bible? No. Whether we lick the cheese, because if we lick the cheese dust, after the lick goes the crunch, after the crunch goes the bag. So we live our life one day at a time. This is all we have is today. And we're going to do our best. And sometimes even doing our best, we're going to mess up. That's okay. It's just one holiday. And we get 6 holidays when we're trying to lose weight. We get 12 when we're in maintenance. That's 72 a year, 144. So when I say, if you don't want to lose weight, if you're not losing weight, it's because you don't really want to lose weight. You just don't prefer it. And people get upset and mad about that. Well, let's look at reasonable. The Bible talks about us acquiescing to reasonable people. We don't have to acquiesce to unreasonable people. So let me ask you, if I'm trying to lose weight and I'm trying to come off prescriptions, and I was trying to kill myself with food and I was enslaved to it, and now I'm in my right mind, I'm trying to lose weight. Is 72 days a year to eat what I want enough? when I'm in maintenance, is 144 days a year to eat what I want enough? Now, we know this whole program comes from the Bible. It was written based on the Bible, on my interpretations. And I get everybody's got a different interpretation. I was working out my own salvation with fear and trembling. What does the Bible say? Does it say do the right thing more than the wrong thing? Not exactly, but let's talk about that. It says, whatsoever we sow, we shall reap. If we sow the wind, we'll reap the whirlwind. To me, that indicates that my actions have meaning, and no matter how well-meaning I am, if I don't have 24 to 25 perfect days a month, I'm not going to lose weight. See, here's another way to look at it. If everybody here sins, does that mean you have a lifestyle of sin? No. I sin, but it's not my lifestyle. I've lived, there's been times in my life that it was my lifestyle to sin, but it's no longer my lifestyle. When I got saved, it didn't mean I would sin I wouldn't sin anymore. It just meant I would sin less, right? I wasn't sinless, but I sin less. So we're still going to have these days of grace, but we have to have these perfect days that mean something to us. They mean something. And we take one day at a time and we do our best. But how do we know what our best is? Well, we drink our water according to the water rule. Did everybody get the meal ideas and the rules that we sent out? If not, I don't know if I have a helper here, but we'll send them out again tomorrow. So water, half a gallon to a gallon. Where did this come from? Be washed by the water of the word. Then you've got your journal. You bite it, you write it, you hog it, you log it, you nibble it, you scribble it. What are the 4 gospels? I know they didn't write those. I know someone pinned them down based upon reports because those men were illiterate, but the Bible was still inspired by God. All scripture is inspired by God, and it's a journal basically. What if we didn't have that? We could see where people went wrong, where people went right. We didn't have those letters to us. Think about it. We need a journal. We need an inventory system, a management system. We've got food combinations that allow variety so that we can have all macronutrients, just not going to be enslaved by anything. We've got portions. The Bible says, let God be your portions. We got our timing. The Bible says there's a time for everything. Bless the name of the Lord. We got that one. Okay. What does all this have to do with nutrition? The intent of your heart. Do you intend on having a lifestyle where everything you do and everything you eat honors God? Because all of this is like the shield, that spiritual armor. So this is your spiritual armor. This is what physically will get you to a place where you look in the mirror and you feel confident. You feel as though you're doing your best. Am I making sense? You see, if you know this is a lifestyle. It's not like those other things. It can't be compared to those other things. This is a daily way. It's a way to live our lives on a daily basis that's within a culture that's enslaved to food and food addiction. We can live these boundaries and do it in our hearts unto God, and we can be successful. Built-in days of grace, the Shibboleth shield. After 2 of these days, doing the right thing more than the wrong thing, getting momentum, we start losing body fat. And we do it, we begin our journey with whole foods, just whole foods. That's it, whole foods. You got category 1, lean protein, category 2, fibrous carb, category 3, complex carb, category 4, protein plus fat. We'll stop there. There's 7 categories, but let's just start here. Let's take a look at the best two categories first that help control insulin and have a high thermic effect that are literally exercise on a plate. Knowledge is power. We'll make better decisions when we learn how these foods break down inside of our body and the benefits that come along with that breakdown in those chemical reactions. So category one, lean protein. We've got things like egg whites, chicken breast, turkey breast, pork tenderloin, venison, low-fat cottage cheese. Now, by the way, I'll show you before we go, all of this is in the library. You don't have to write this down. I really put it on the board so I can keep up with the flow of the lesson as it pops out of me. So you got low-fat cottage cheese, fat-free cottage cheese, Kroger Carmaster milk, fat-free Fairlife milk. You've got, and again, there's all kind of yogurts, all kind of cottage cheese. You got all fish goes here. Let's see, what else, what am I missing? You got approved shakes, but that's not really whole food. So that's a good list to start with. Fish, that encompasses all fish. You got fat-free cheese. Okay, so you got a beautiful list of lean proteins to begin with. Every gram of lean protein is 4 calories. These calories break down into something that can't be stored as fat. Does anybody know what it breaks down into? What does lean protein break down into? Amino acids, essential and non-essential amino acids for your meats. For plants, plants with protein, you don't get the essential ones, you get the non-essential ones. The difference being essential ones your body cannot manufacture on its own. So this is a good list. Now, here's the benefits of this list. It creates blood flow. What is blood? Is blood flow associated with exercise? Yeah, so you're expending energy through the digestion of the food. Isn't that beautiful? You eat chicken breast, you get a lot of blood flow, the digestive system begin to break that chicken breast down so the body can get at those amino acids. Woo! While that blood flows rushes to the digestive system, breaking that chicken down, you're burning calories. Isn't that awesome? It's exercise on a plate. Controls insulin, honk honk. It's like speed bumps to the fat bus. It's like a speed bump to the fat bus. Isn't that beautiful? Slow down that fat bus, Lordy. We're learning to neutralize the fat bus with exercise on a plate. Do you see any of these that you like? Anybody like a good chicken breast on the grill? You like some Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets, the grilled chicken nuggets? You like you some Kroger Carmaster milk or fat-free Fairlife milk? What about fish? Like you some good pan-seared grouper? So we've got a good list of foods there that accomplish our goals that we can focus on. What about fibrous carbs? You got broccoli, asparagus, squash, okra, leafy greens, all leafy, good like spinach, iceberg, romaine. So broccoli, asparagus, squash, you got bell peppers, green beans, all kind of peppers, by the way, jicama, eggplant, and that list will go on. A lot of different fibrous carbs. Then you got category 2 breads. We got over 100 breads that taste like bread, look like bread, but break down more like a green bean in our body. So like an example of 2 of them would be La Tortilla, factory high fiber tortilla, and Healthy Life bread. Healthy Life bread. So just a couple of examples so that we can have our sandwich. Now, what do these do for us? What do these do? You've got soluble and insoluble fiber that stop the fat bus, so control insulin. Again, we got a double whammy on the control of insulin. What else do? They slow down that fat bus, but what else? insoluble, soluble fiber, picks up toxins, helps us maintain regularity, pulls those toxins out of the body, binds to the different fats so we don't absorb all the fat with our meal. So you got fat absorption, you've got removed toxins. What about that, y'all? Did you know all that? Did you know broccoli is shaped like a mop for a reason, isn't it? It helps scrub out all that undigested matter. It's called exercise on a stalk. When you eat broccoli, massive blood flow to break the broccoli down. So outstanding. So let's just take category 1 and 2. That's one of the fastest weight loss combinations. That's one of the fastest ones. 1 and 2. So could I have a spinach omelet, egg white spinach omelet? Could I have, oh, I forgot 96 lean ground beef. Could I have 96% lean ground beef with some okra and squash on a portion plate? A little Worcestershire sauce. Put a piece of fat-free cheese and melt it on my hamburger steak patty. Could I make me a hamburger? Could I have me a Healthy Life bread? Toast the Healthy Life bread, put my 4-ounce hamburger patty in there, put me a slice of tomato as a condiment, little ketchup, mustard. Could do that? Yeah. Could I have chicken breast and a nice salad with Shibboleth approved dressing? Got to use approved dressing. Tons of them. Wow, man, this is awesome. Could I have me some pork tenderloin with some green beans and some approved barbecue sauce? We can go all day coming up with stuff, y'all. Awesome. Shutting down the fat bus, losing weight. This combination cooked and prepared the right way is exercise on a plate. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's go over here to category 4. We also have 4s and 2s. What's the difference between a category 4 and a category 1? The fat. It has the protein, but it also has the fat, and the fat is easily stored as a fat. So we got to avoid the fat bus when we're having protein plus fat. So we got whole eggs, got whole eggs, got steak, all kind of steak, ribeye, New York strip, filet mignon, whatever kind of steak. Steak is steak. So steak, you got chicken wings, dark meat chicken, you got ribs, you got 93% lean ground meat. So if I'm wanting a steak, what we're going to learn when we go through the fast track videos is I can have it with some asparagus and be fine. But if I have it with a carbohydrate, then I'm going to be provoking the fat bus and I'm going to store that fat. What our combinations, when you're looking at it and it looks wild to you, just slow it down a little bit and realize what we're trying to avoid is fats that are long chain triglycerides. We're trying to avoid them being paired with a carbohydrate. Does that make sense to y'all? If it don't, I'm happy to find new ways to explain it. Does that make sense? So what happens if I have a steak and I have a potato? Well, let's put butter on it and other stuff too. But if I have steak and potato, that potato elevates my blood sugar. My pancreas secretes the fat bus to bring my blood sugar down. But that steak had fat in it. These long chain triglycerides, these little fat lipids, they're like long candle wicks, and the fat bus picks them up and efficiently stores them wherever I'm genetically predisposed to store fat. So I have to avoid the potato and a steak on a perfect day, save that for a holiday, and have me a salad. Now I've got the fat, but I don't have the fat bus. Now the fat bus is gone. So all these fat lipids, they're a great energy source, and if I don't overeat, the body uses them immediately as an energy source And very soon after that meal, I'm back in fat burning. So what we're really trying to do is avoid long chain triglycerides paired with carbohydrate. If we're craving carbohydrate, we have to have the carbohydrate with lean foods or with foods that are cooked in MCT oils, like coconut oil, MCT oil itself, hemp oil, ghee butter. So let's take a look at category 3 complex carbs. We can have these. All these programs that exclude them are just trying to trick you into losing some water and glycogen weight. You can't exclude these forever. You can for a little while. I do sometimes. But if you do it permanently, you'll actually ruin your gut health. Your brain health will sacrifice. So come back over here and let's look. Tomato, onion, carrots, taters, corn, grits, oatmeal, barley, whole wheat, whole grain, right? And there's others, but this is the list we gotta watch for. If we're craving them, we just have to know how to combine them. For example, let's say that I'm craving some corn. What we're gonna learn as you go through the fast track videos, I've got my corn, I've got my green beans, and I got my hamburger steak patty, 96% lean. Can I do hamburger steak patty, an ear of corn, and green beans? We don't eat the cob. The corn that comes off that cob is a 1/4 cup. Perfect. That's 12 bites. So you get 12 bites corn, hamburger steak patty, green bean stock. Get to do it again later. It's your next eating episode. No seconds. We don't graze. The grazing's got to go. So this is the heart. This is the heart of our program, is food combining, whole food combining. And once you learn it and master it, wow, what a secret you've learned. You just have to spend a little time. I know it's not the quick fix that everybody's looking for, but it's the right fix. It's the long-term fix, and it's still quick. This is exactly, I lost 44 pounds in less than 6 weeks eating grilled cheese sandwiches and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And then I started incorporating these combinations as I move forward. Now I know of 10,000 different meals I could have. It's crazy. Lisa says, I lost 70 pounds in 6 months. Wow. See, y'all, got a great cloud of witness around you. Any questions about what I put on the board so far? Is roast beef and green beans an example of a meal? It is. So if you're using boar's head roast beef, I think you could probably call it a category 1, but just to be safe, I call roast beef a 4. So to me, it's a category 4+2. That is in your combination chart. In your fast track system, you'll see a 4+2. That's as long as you portion control that, you're good to go. Michelle, can you do the lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickle? Yeah, you could use all that as a condiment. A pickle's basically no calories. Lettuce is no calories. 1 slice of tomato is less than your condiment rule allows, so you're perfect. Any other questions about this stuff? All right. So are you getting the gist of it? Are y'all watching Kim's videos? I'm going to carry you over there before we close out. Are y'all starting to watch her videos so that tomorrow we can take the test, pass the test, earn the badge? And by the way, I know a couple of you mentioned that was hurtful, what I said earlier. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I seem to have done that a lot today. I apologize. I hope you'll forgive me. It was not meant in a vicious way. Will you forgive me? You know who you are. I'm very sorry. I think when I said you're overweight because you want to be overweight, that hurts your feelings, and it just popped out. I'm sorry. I just believe you have the power to change when you decide to change. And I believe you should love yourself where you are. Like my dad taught me that. I was over 300 pounds. And he said, would you stop complaining about wanting to lose weight? Because you have the power to change it. He said, I'm tired of hearing it. We love you the way you are. If you can love yourself the way you are, stop whining and complaining and enjoy the food. If you can't love yourself the way you are, then change, but we all love you. So just a thought. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm trying to say, you're saying that you want to do this and lose weight, and I believe you can. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So here we are. If I was trying to hurt feelings, I'd charge you $5,000 for this program. That ought to hurt your feelings. I think the right thing to say, I appreciate it. You don't know me too good. Travis would never hurt anybody's feelings. Thank you, Kathy. Unfortunately, I would never do it intentional, but sometimes I do. Do you get saggy when you lose weight like this? That's relative, right? I lost 100 pounds. I have stretch marks. I love my battle scars. If you have a lot of weight to lose, will you have some excess skin? Yeah. You just have to decide, had you rather be overweight and be less saggy skin, or had you rather be lean and healthy and then maintain that and give your skin 2 years to, a lot of people ask that, not that you are. A lot of people ask that because they're really looking for a way out of the program. I know you're not, but a lot of people just got to find some, because, maybe I'm better off not losing it, which is not what you're saying, but it's all relative to your age, your collagen production. That's why we recommend collagen products. Did you get enough protein like we ask you to do? Once you got to a point where you lost 15-20% of your body weight, did you start exercising to reconstitute muscle? Then did you maintain that weight without yo-yoing so that your skin's very elastic, has a lot of elasticity in it, and you'll look different in 2 years after maintaining your weight than when you first arrive at your goal weight. So it's just all what is your preferences in life? What do you prefer in life? Are there things you can do to help assist with that sagging skin? Certainly. Will you probably always have some battle scars from being overweight if you were significantly overweight? Absolutely. So it ends up being what do you prefer? What do you prefer? Do you prefer those battle scars and to have energy, lean, healthy, better blood work, etc.? Or do you prefer to deal with the being overweight and carrying that around? It's just a matter of preference. It is possible to minimize it. We do an entire class on that might be a help to you. It's in the partner section, but we do an entire class on it. And what you can do to help with that is increase your production of collagen by taking an absorbable collagen, exercise, and adequate protein. That's really all you can do to help it. Then you can do body brushing. Body brushing will help. Sasha has this thing, Ashley Black, that thing helps. So there's some things that you can do to assist yourself. Yes, exercise helps probably more than anything else with the elasticity of the skin and reconstituting muscle under that skin. Yeah. You have muscle under there, and when you lose your weight, it's inevitable you lose some muscle. but those muscle cells are still there. And when you go back to working out and getting blood flow to those muscles, then they're going to firm up under that skin. Body brushing is basically helps with draining the lymph system. It's also good to reduce cellulite. Body brushing is a special brush you can get on Amazon or other places, Bath and Body Works. And there's all kind of YouTube videos on draining your lymphatic system with a body brush. And that's very helpful in reducing cellulite. The collagen is not in our store. It's a part of the wellness company. I don't think I have any help here tonight. So if you want to email me, I'm happy to send you information on the Wellness Club. It's a shopping club, and I can send you the information. It's the most potent collagen on planet Earth. It's absorbable, I can't talk, absorbable, which most collagen isn't. High absorption rate. Category 1, category 3 bovine collagen with a very powerful antioxidant in the mix as well. I'm happy to send you information on it and welcome you to the Wellness Club if that's something you want to do. Many of us have joined the Wellness Club, trying to eat clean, get rid of chemicals from our home, etc. Is collagen okay to take if you have heart disease? I'm not supposed to answer that question. That would be between you and your doctor. I could get in trouble since I'm a wellness coach and not a medical provider, licensed medical provider. I can tell you what I would do if you like. I would take it. I'm not saying you should take it. It's actually, ours is healthy for the heart, but that's why I would take it. I can't tell you should take it without talking to your physician. What helps with fatty liver? Would collagen help? No, Miss Melanie, losing weight. That's all you can do. Losing the body fat. Anybody tells you anything different, they don't know what they're talking about. You have to lose the body fat. Everything we talked about tonight would reverse that fatty liver disease in no time. Of course, you got to quit, not that you are. If we're talking about generally speaking, people would have to quit alcohol and drugs and, different things. But if we're just talking about fatty liver due to obesity or being overweight, it's reversible with our program. Consistency with our program. Good job, Melanie. Melanie down 42, only got 25 more to go. Get it, girl. Awesome job. Awesome. Keep up the good work. Good to have you in class. Looks like Sasha was with me tonight. She's peeked in here and she's going to help you. Sandra, sorry we didn't get with you. It means everything to us to get with you. And we are really, really small staff, and you're trying to support us, and we didn't get to it. I'm so sorry. It'd be good to have you as part of the wellness company. Thank you for reminding us. Anytime we're not getting with you, please don't get mad at us, but don't be afraid. Don't think, well, I done got with them, I ain't trying again. Keep trying, because we're a small team, very small team. Hurts us when we let you down. Does it upset the stomach? Doesn't mind. It doesn't mind. It helps mine. What is the best way to get protein if you can't have a lot of meat products? Hemp hearts. Hemp hearts, Tiffany. Hemp hearts and hemp flakes are your best. And then quality protein shakes like GC Control, Attain, Beverly, your lentils, black beans, red beans, Explore Cuisine pastas. There's a lot of really good vegan foods high in protein. I'm a hemp heart, hemp flake guy myself. The best plant protein on earth is hemp. Awesome, Lisa. Lisa's ready for her test. Any other questions for me tonight? Anybody? Did everybody get something out of tonight? Good to have everybody. We announced it this morning. We are running. Can fruit be eaten alone? Barbara, fruit in the weight loss mode should not be eaten alone. You should not do that if you want to lose weight. It works just like a carbohydrate. You should eat fruit in the right combination. When you get into maintenance, you can have fruit by itself. It won't hurt you if you're trying to maintain. It won't be a bother to you if you don't overeat it. But if you're eating it by itself and trying to lose weight, it can pose problems because of the fat bus. Now, how do you learn all this? I don't know that coming to my live sessions are the best way to learn it. Y'all hear that? I think my live sessions are good to help the general information get down in the heart so that you open your mind up to the proper instruction. Does that make sense? So I would go to Kim Dankey's Fast Track. Right here, go dashboard, Fast Track. Tomorrow we'll be taking the test from here together. We'll earn our badge. Here's your videos. Got everything here, your journal, your food, your beginner food library, and your Fast Track videos. We want to make sure that we go through, here's your advanced combination chart. We want to make sure that we go through this information the correct way, one video at a time. They're short videos. Learn every component of the program. It's all listed out here. And you'll do fantastic. We'll pass the test tomorrow. You'll get your Fast Track badge. Those of you that are not members, you'll see the rest of the website open up, and then you can decide if you want to go into the Journey program, what you want to do with the information, or if you just want to hang out here for a lifetime. Okay. We also have a special going on because of our vendor. Our vendor said that weight loss companies that are small like ours are no longer allowed to sell lifetime memberships on credit. So we will have to end that lifetime membership August the 31st. That's with authorized.net. They will not let you do it anymore. And Sasha just posted that link. And so we're going to turn it into a positive instead of a negative. And we're going to have a membership drive until August the 31st. Meanwhile, we'll be trying to figure out what we're going to do. They want us to do monthly payments. Too many small businesses going out of business. So they don't, you follow me? So they're pushing small businesses in this space to take monthly, so that if they go out, the customer hadn't prepaid. I think it's ridiculous, but our normal lifetime membership rate is about what most programs are monthly. But anyway, it's a lifetime membership, and there's a special deal in that link that Sasha gave you. Okay, go click that link, share it. You'll see it's some more special. Pay once, never pay again for Fast Track, Journey, and Tiger's Eye. Check it out. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. It's so ridiculous. Anybody else got any questions, comments, anything? Yes, ma'am, Michelle. I'm here to serve you. What can I do for you? Francine, Travis, I purchased a membership last night at the full price before you introduced the special. Any chance you will consider sending me a bottle of MCT oil to help offset the overage? Yes, I will. Sasha, would you write down Francine Burrows' name? and ship her a free bottle of MCT oil? Francine Burrow. Francine, Sasha's got you. If you don't get it in a few days, let me know and I'll follow up. Sasha, being it's Sasha that's there, I'm sure it'll get handled. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Are cabbage and Brussels sprouts fibrous carbs? Yes, they are. They're a category 2 fibrous carbs. Or I can't even talk. I've been talking so much today. Are cabbage and Brussels sprouts fibrous carbs? They are. Category 2 fibrous carbs. Michelle, when combining category 1 with 2, how many veggies can you have? 1 or 2? As many as you want, as long as they'll fit under your 2-hand rule or on a 6 to 8 inch plate, not piled up any thicker than the thickest part of your hand. Does that make sense, my friend? You cannot have 2 different complex carbs or a carb and a fruit. But when it comes to category 1, 2, 4, 7, you can have more than one as long as you're still portion controlling it. I joined today and don't have access without a pop-up. That must be a glitch, Jennifer. We can fix that tonight. Sasha, will you check on that for Jennifer? Are you still with me? Jennifer Smith. We've changed some things on the website, so it's very, I apologize if it's a glitch. It may be your username and password. We'll just have to look, but we'll definitely take care of it, Jennifer. I hope you and Francine are enjoying the program, and welcome to the family. Yeah, looks like Sasha's just going to have to manually add you because it was through the special. Anybody else? Got to get rid of that pop-up. We don't want to annoy our members. We just want to annoy people who are not our members. All right. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Lord willing, we'll be live at 10:30 at 8 p.m. Hopefully we'll earn some fast track badges. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Sally. Joseph, my eyes were bothering me today. I'd had my contacts in, my extended wear for probably 6 months without taking them out. They was getting a little funky, so I give my eyes a break. Thank you, Francine. Thank y'all. Where can you watch it, Carol? We record them all. It's in your video library. If you go to your video library, you'll find all the recordings in resources. If you're a member, you go to video library. You have all levels of videos in here, fast track, journey, etc. Here's all of it. Here's all your recent videos. There's hundreds and thousands of videos in here. Literally, counting the archive. On the fastest weight loss, it has category 2 and fibrous carb on the fastest. I'm not understanding. Category 2 is fibrous carbs. I must be not understanding the question. Category 2 is fibrous carbohydrate. And here's where you find your category 2s, Michelle. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. Fast track. And then down to the food library. Here's my food library. And then category 2 right here. And that's just a sampling. That's just the fast track ones. Is ancient nutrition collagen acceptable? I don't know anything about it. I used to research all that stuff, but I stopped doing that because I kept getting in trouble without researching. I have athletes that I help, and they get drug tested and pee tested all the time, and stuff that I told them was okay, they kept getting popped on because it would be laced with stuff. That's a big problem in the supplement industry. So I let you do that on your own cognizance. If you feel good about it, go for it. I only will stick to the brands who I know the people, I know the companies, I know the research and development, I know the testing. And for me, I will only talk about the Wellness Company, Advocare, Beverly, Onnit, and Thorne. Those are the only brands that I trust. Now, if your collagen is 40 calories, 40, 50 calories, nothing but protein, and you did the research and you feel good, you could use that as a supplement once a day. Does that make sense? But that's, you be on your own on that. I learned my lesson. Too many times I would quickly look at a product and say, yep, that'll work. Here's how you use it, without doing any research into that supplement company. And we've had people get popped, random drug tested, and they're athletes, and it can ruin their career. And so I just, Beverly, Advocare, the Wellness Company, Onnit, and Thorne. If it doesn't come from them, then I let my clients decide for themselves. Do I have a location to come pick it up? I do. We have one in St. Augustine. That's our only location, St. Augustine, Florida. Best dressings, any dressing that meets this rule, any salad dressing that's 50 calories per serving or less, 5 grams of sugar or less, 2 grams of fat or less. That's it. That's your most liberal rule. I use Walden Farms calorie-free dressings, or make my own that are in the recipe library. That's what I do. I like to save condiment calories. So I do Walden Farms calorie-free, or I make my own from the recipe library. But if you're shopping the grocery store, 50 calories per serving or less, 5 grams of sugar or less, 2 grams of fat or less. You're welcome. All right, y'all pray for us. We'll be praying for you. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Good night and God bless. Can't wait to earn some fast track badges tomorrow. Thank y'all. Good night, everybody.